Hello and welcome to a new series on my channel. I know, I've got, a shitload of other series going, but this game actually doesn't take me very long to play. This is a game I first played when I was like 13, so that was over a decade ago. And I fell in love with this game. For those who don't know, this is the prequel to Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus actually being like a prequel sequel to this game, as in it came after, but story-wise it comes before. Kind of weird. I could say so much about this game, but basically I'm playing it because it'll only take me 5.5, 6 hours to beat, depending on how much I stop and smell the roses. So that's actually a pretty quick, short little game. Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up and kind of let the intro bits do their thing. So here we go. before I get into what just happened and what's going on, I'm going to check the volume settings on this real quick. Because I think this might, yeah, this is a little loud. That should be better. So, this is our character. His name is ICO. Yes, it's the same as the name of the game. It gets confusing. So what just happened that they didn't really say because there were less than 20 words in that whole opening was, this kid is a sacrifice. He was born with horns, as you can see, and on the day where kids born with horns happen every few generations or something like that, and on the day their horns grow large, aka hit puberty, they get brought here and are stuffed into one of these many tomb-like things. There's, I don't know, 50 or so in this room. And they're just left to die. They're sacrificed. So Aiko here was one of them. Fortunately for him, the stone beneath his was weak and he was able to rattle his free and fall out. At which point he clunked his head, which is actually a running theme in this game, and had a vision of some drippy blackness. Now I could climb all the ladders and explore all of these, but there's not really much going on. ICO is primarily a puzzle game, although the puzzles are not as in, oh well, you solve, push block to ledge, climb ledge. Well, it is that and it isn't. The primary puzzle mechanic, I'll go over more in depth when we get there. But, well, you'll see. Anyway, first up, climb this ladder and pull this lever, which opens this door. Now, Aiko here can take a decent fall. There's no health bar in this game, but certain things will cause you to die, such as falling from too far a height. Again, though, he can take a pretty good fall. He's also pretty strong, athletic, whatever. He's like, I don't know, 12, 13. So he's probably used to running around playing outside if other kids will play with him. He does have horns. There we go. So here we have this room. It has two ladders, one on the right and one on the left. The one over there takes you up to this ledge, which doesn't serve any purpose just yet. If that camera would figure out what it's doing. Again, doesn't serve any purpose just yet. There's also these weird statues with what looks like kids with horns sitting down with their arms around their knees crying. Isn't that lovely? Over here is the ladder of interest. I'll just climb that and proceed up this stairway and round a gigantic spiral going upwards. And while I'm doing this, I want to explain something. You may be asking, why is this game so low resolution? Well, that's because this is a PlayStation 2 game. There was a PlayStation 3 HD re-release, but I cannot record that, therefore I am not. Also, this is the original US release. There were 3 releases for the PS2. The Japanese version, the US, and the European. The US... I was trying to get fancy there and jump up onto this chain. Didn't work. Excuse me, random coughing. The US release was, gimped, to say the least. In the original Japanese... I'm stopping here because I know there's a cutscene coming up. In the original Japanese release, there were some features that I'll get a little more into later that never made it into the US version for whatever reason. The European release fixed this. They added those features back in. I have the European version. I could be playing it, but I'm not going to for several reasons that I will get into again a little bit later. So, oh, there we go, cutscene. So there we have our objective. Get the eerily pale girl out of the cage. There was a break in the staircase, couldn't get out. That's easy enough, just come over here. There's no hidden, well, there's one hidden secret in this game, and I'll definitely get to that when the time comes. But other than that, there's no real secrets in the game, so if I'm just flying through these puzzles, that's why. Come right over here, and there's a lever. We pull it, and the cage gets lowered. So now I have to go all the way back down there. A few things. I strongly did consider playing the European release. The HD re-release of this game that comes with Shadow of the Colossus has all of those features back in it too. But I was going to play the European release for a few reasons, mainly being a weapon that comes later on. Yes, there is a combat mechanic in this game. A later weapon is of interest to me, and I wanted to see it. But, well, it requires you to be in very close proximity to this person that we're about to set free. And I can't always do that, especially if I'm going to be commentating this. So I've decided not to do it for that reason. As well as, you'll see in a minute, there's a mechanic where you have to hold her hand. And this mechanic behaves differently between the US and European release. That is one shitty chain if my weight broke it. Quick, she's getting kidnapped, and this stick that's on fire conveniently fell for us. Uh-oh, she's being pulled down. I guess I should just kind of yank her back out. So yes, we need to get out of here. Now I could stay and fight that creature that's about to come crawling back out of that weird pit. Or I could take this girl over here and have her open the way, parting the statues. Anyway, the hand-holding mechanic. As you can see, I have to lead her around by hand. I can let go of her handle and kind of move forward, and she'll kind of follow me. Sort of. Not very well. So the primary way to lead her around is by the hand. In the US release alone, the original US release, you just tap the button and you will take her hand, and then tapping it again will cause you to let go. Every other version, you have to hold the button down, and that would get absolutely exhausting to do. So, because this is the version I know, because of the hand-holding mechanic, and because of that later weapon, I'm going to play the original US release. Let's climb up this ledge. So something about this girl here is that she's not very strong physically. She's been in that cage a while. So the primary mechanic of this game is your character is strong, she is not, but you need her to move statues out of your way. So you have to run around and climb obstacles, figure out a way to get her to you, and do it quickly, because if you take too long, those black creatures will come out of their portals and come and grab her. If she gets taken down a portal, you can grab her hand and pull her back out like I did. But if she gets taken all the way into it, that is one of the ways you get a game over. Combat's pretty simple. You just kind of spam the square button and you swing your weapon around. If you don't have a weapon, he will charge them with his horns. It does almost no damage. Anyway, she wandered over to this couch. This is another thing. If you're ever stuck, let go of her hand and see where she wanders. She will tend to wander towards what you need to do. But she wandered towards this couch, so I'm going to sit on it. And her AI is going to be confused. Come on, girl. Come sit down with me. There we go. This is where you save. It is the cutest fucking thing I have ever seen. If you could actually see my PlayStation 2's memory card with this game, all 12 of these slots are full. Most of them are finished. And I don't want to count how many I've erased. Anyway, let's grab her hand. And actually, before I go across this bridge, I'm going to let go of her hand and keep going across. So there's some statues, so I definitely need her. But I'm going to just kind of stand here and call her. But the bridge breaks. She can pull herself up if she ends up on a ledge like that. Normally, if you're guiding her across by holding her hand, she'll slip and you'll just pull her up. But again, she's the key, so I need to have her with me. Come here, girl. There we go. Gonna let go of your hand. There's birds and a box and some weird barrels and another door over here. This weird flat bit. Oh, she wandered down the stairs. Girly, I was explaining shit. Yeah, once she gets down the stairs, monsters will spawn in this room. This is the first real time you actually need to fight. Which is, just like I said, you spam the button, he flails, eventually the light on these things' heads will go out, and that means they're dead. And there's some little spidery dudes hanging around, I know, that I need to kill. The spidery dudes themselves can't do anything, but they can merge together into a larger being, and those certainly can grab her. Again, there's no health, so these things can wail on me all they want. However, they also can launch you across the room, which can stun you and distract you and keep you from defending her. Okay, portal's gone. We're in the clear. Girly, come here. Come here. Thank you. You can call her over to you also. Let's take a peek out here. So, there is a spirally bit over there with a save couch and a box attached to a crane. Okie dokie. Doesn't look like a whole lot we can do here. But that does show us a future place we will get to. Anyway, and let go of your hand. Should be nice and safe for the moment. This box. Pull it. Button rises, because it's no longer being pressed. And with the button comes a staircase, going up to a ledge that I was trying to show off, but got interrupted. Now I think... yeah, I can't do anything with those barrels, but I think I can pick these up. Yeah. And walk rather silly, and I can carry her, hold her hand at the same time. But, yeah. Nothing to do with those right now. I think there might be a part where I use those to hold down a switch later. I'm not positive on that. But you can do that. Up the staircase, as she was standing on it saying, "Hey dummy, come out here and do this." So, nothing here at the moment. But actually, right down there is where we just were. So that's good. Let's head into this other hard-to-see door. Now, this room is the first place I noticed that there is more difference to the US and European, Japanese, all other releases than just a couple of features. In this version, there's this door here, and the switch for it is hidden just around at the base of that arch on the other side. The switch, or you pull it, and the door will open. Again, he can take a pretty decent fall. See, switch is right over there. In the European version, that's a save couch. The switch is up here on this ledge, kind of between those pillars that you can see there. Pulling the switch will open the door, but it will also spawn more monsters, meaning she's likely to get grabbed in the European version. But here in the US version, come here. Come here, I'm calling you. Good girl. In the US version, they don't spawn right away and you can just call her straight to your side. Hip hip hooray. So we saw this chain, and in the European version you have already climbed it. Swing. Don't mind the fact that my legs and body are going through the chain. And now the monsters spawn. I'm gonna go ahead and push that. Don't worry, she's not crushed. Nope, nope. You can't hurt her, which is good, because I end up kind of smacking her around a bit in combat. Stay still. Again, the little spidery things can't do anything, but they can combine into larger guys. No, don't you go carrying her off. Get up. I think those spidery dudes combined into that one. Because they vanished. So hooray. This should be the last one. If there are multiple portals, as there are for this one, there's one here and one behind a pillar up on top of the stairs, they typically take her to the further one. As is with this case, they'll take her to the one at the top of the stairs. Are we done? Yes, okay. I can't jump up from that box, but girlie, stay by the box. She does have a name, but since we don't know it, or rather ICO doesn't know it yet, I'm not going to use it, or at least I'm going to try not to use it. And hup. Come here. Come here. No, you idiot. Don't. Look, stand at the edge. There you go. That's right. Give her your arm so that she can... Girlie, get on the box. Grab my arm. Thank you. Yeah, pull her up. Shoot, I just happened to think. Also, in the European version, this girl is somewhat controllable by a second player. To what extent, I don't know. I've never been able to do it. Also, in the European release, after you've beaten the game once, if you play it again, her text will be translated whenever she speaks. I debated what to do about this. Do I want to add the translations or not? I've decided I will put those translations down in the description of any video she speaks in. That way, if you want to know what she says, you can look. If you don't want to know, well, then you don't have to. Before I climb these stairs, there's some weird gate-like thing there. Some more towery bits. That over there is where we just were, over on the right, barely sticking out. That's the crane and box we saw. You will get to know this castle pretty darn well playing it once through. So there's that weird gatey bit. Kinda looks like train tracks. What is off this way? Yep, there's that. And there's a pipe over there, and there's the part of the crane. So yeah. Those are all parts we will explore eventually. Let's go up this way, girl. And wouldn't you know it, more shadowy monster things. Only this time, they're a little more annoying. They can fly. Meaning if they grab her, they can just fly straight to the portal. And I can't reach them there. Up in the air, I mean. I basically would have to chase them down to the portals. So I don't want them grabbing her at all costs. Not all of them will fly. Some of them will, some of them won't. Just depends on the area. No, no, no. I think this is the only portal in this area, right there. So it's not very far to walk. But it is still a pain in the butt. Okay, only the big ones left. At least from this wave. Usually the larger they are, the harder they are to bring down. There we go. Are there any more coming? Nope. Alrighty. Girlie, I'm gonna let go of your hand here. She can climb ladders just fine, although she's kinda slow at it. I usually don't like bringing her up ladders with me, but sometimes the AI just makes her do it. So there's the crane, and there's... Take note of that building and that building way over in the distance. Both of those are very important. Come here. Come back down. Thank you for climbing up, but you really didn't need to. Come here. girl. Okay, so she's gonna climb down. I'm gonna take a moment to look around. That is... I'm falling over the edge, apparently. That is over near where we started. That whole room in there. Believe it or not. Oh, hello. Again. In the European version, this save couch was instead inside that other room. In the US, it's here. I'll just kinda sit back and take a little save. Trolley 1. So remember those tracks I was talking about? Well, there was a reason for them. Okay, so again, there's where we started, right there. Anyway, girly, I'm not sure if you're gonna follow me or gonna stay up there. Either way works. I won't be gone very long. So you can run on these tracks, and you want to come this way. Past this landing to this little trolley. And the tracks end that way, so grab the switch and push it this way. Come here. Come on down. I was kind of hoping she would come down while I was getting this. She usually does. I guess she didn't feel like it. She can easily step up this little landing bit, but I like being a gentleman. Well, she's weak. So, no, where are you going? No. No, come back down here! Girly. Girly, don't make this longer than it needs to be. So she should. I think I'm a little too close to the ladder. Her AI is kind of freaking out. Come here! There we go. I've offered her my hand, and again, she can get up here nice and easily, but I like playing the gentleman and helping her up. So, there's the room with that box that we were just in. If we proceed forward, we loop around, and here's the place with the crane. Moving forward. There we go. Another save couch. And this is as far as I've played while testing, recording, and whatnot, so this is all that is fresh in my mind. I'd like to say I know this game like the back of my hand, but as is proved, I think it was on Mythbusters, you'd be surprised how many people can't pick the back of their hand out of a lineup of back of hands. So there will be times where I do kinda go, what's going on here, and may take, I don't know, 5 minutes to figure out what's happening. So come up here, girl. Come on. Okay. Here's the first real part where I can easily clear this jump. She, however, cannot. In addition to myself taking a long enough fall, if I fall off the building, that's considered a long enough fall, like missing that jump. If she falls off the building, it is also considered a game over. That doesn't usually happen though, and you probably have to, why am I climbing that? But you probably have to go out of your way to get her to do it. Anyway, another new mechanic, a pipe. I can easily climb this, she can't. I can easily climb ropes and chains. She can't. Again, she has been stuck in a cage for who knows how long. Down we go. And there's a lever here. Pull it. And this box gets pulled up. It also swings over there. Convenient. Now I could go across the pipe and get her, and hop over onto that box and then help her over. But what I think the game really wants you to do, or at least is what is stated in the official guide, which yes, I have read, you want to climb up here, down onto the arm of the crane, be very careful not to fall, slide your way down, and she can usually make this hop on her own, but let's see if she grabs my hand or if she does it herself. Yeah. So, she can fall off this box when it's moving, so I just like to be able to grab her arm and bring her more towards the center. Am I facing the right way? Okay, I am. Okay, she's good and in the middle. I'll just hold up just a moment. Okay. Error messages love to pop up in the middle of my recording. Anyway. Yank the lever again, the arm swings over, and the box gets lowered. Now, if you weren't supposed to climb the wall and go down the chain before, you certainly are now. Because that's the only way you're going to be reaching that. So come back up here. Land on the arm. And go ahead and slide down. And I'm just gonna hop down from there and hop. And again, I think she can make this jump on her own, but okay, no. This is just the first jump. So let's pull her up. And this is a part where I always get backwards, but I remember how to do it properly this time. Usually I go down the stairs first, and that's wrong. Just take a moment to save. You never know what could happen. I may miss a jump and fall down a thing, and I don't want to have to redo this. Yes, this is okay. Resume. So, come here, girl. Oop, we're going in here. Now, this huge room has 2 floors. Down below, where the staircase would have gone, which we will need to go to. And this one up here, as well as a chandelier and some nice pretty fixtures and stuff. I could go around on either side of the room, but I want to go through this middle part because, well, this part is broken. There's a chain there. I don't really know if there's much of a use for it, but if you want to go from down to up, it works. There's also this broken ladder here, which we can't reach. So, let's just climb the windows. She'll be fine for the moment if I leave her. This will not take long. And in fact, she'll probably leave the bridge on her own. Because, once I get up here... the controls are a little wonky. Where is she? She's on the bridge. Hopefully this doesn't disturb her too much. It probably will. Anyway, my weight could break the chain on a cage. Let's see if it can break the chain of a chandelier. It certainly can. And it's weakened the support beam. It's also left some candles there and magically did not kill me in the fall or land on her. So come on, girlie. We've got business to do elsewhere. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Right down this away. Now, the first time I played this, I got horribly confused because these do not look like bombs. But they are. So grab one of these gigantic things the size of, well, half your body and probably weigh as much as you. And just plunk one right here. And if for some reason you did not get the stick up to this point, there are sticks here. There's also what look to be powder kegs. They're not. You don't need them. Girlie, I want you to stay there. So, sticks can be lit on fire. They are the weakest weapon next to your horns, but they are the only weapon that can be lit on fire. You will need to remember this. Bomb blew out the weakened support beam. And the bridge forms a way across to the other side. So now we go back outside. The bomb we grabbed has magically respawned, which is good because if you are an idiot like me, you will probably take 2 or 3 turns the first time trying to get that bomb placed correctly. Don't ask me how I keep screwing it up. Let's save again. To never save too much in video games. I've learned that the hard way many, many times. Again, from here on out, if there's any changes between the European and US release as far as like the location of couches and levers and such goes, I don't know it. So, another portal is formed and they are flying up from the abyss. This one, very simple, grab her hand, run. They will not catch up to you if you keep moving with her. Just take her straight to the door. Excuse you? What was I just saying? No, grab her hand to the statues. There we go. A more, well, better example of her destroying them by opening these statues. Thank you, girlie. That eliminates all of them, even ones that have not spawned yet. Boom, done. And now, we are in the central courtyard. We basically want to do the same thing. With her in hand, run! Nope, 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 nope. I may have forgotten that they spawn that quickly. I may have wasted a bit of time. I will explore this area later. But here's more statues. Bam! And she runs on ahead. She only does this in a few but very specific places. This is her way of saying this is important. So let's follow her. Never mind the fact that the bridge is out.
在此，人类该我爱路而居途，以你开的松西，そして你的开在我有因爱路，そうか、日の更新根性種、宇宙しか、2年生分中は。那，被你自己救好去。大丈夫。いざならか。Anima yank zordzwin. Yanni yaneki yetaki.
So now we have met the third and only other important character, the evil shadowy queen and Yorda's mother. That's right, we now know this girl's name. So these gates closed, and as I pointed out during that cutscene, the bridge was also out. It also showed these orbs. So obviously those are important. And Yorda here is running around looking at these pillars with braziers on them. If you pull them, they will kind of fall into their slots. And there's about 8 of these, so let's just do that with all of them. And you may have spied that there's a save couch right there. I will be visiting that momentarily. I don't know where Yorda's wandered off to. She's not far. And I can call her to my side. Oh, there she is. Generally, if you're within the same room as her, monsters won't spawn. If you're apart from her for very long, it's usually if you're in another room, unless it's a scripted thing like what we've seen so far. There we go. Is that all of them? Yes. Pull all of them, and they light. This also lights all of the ones in the courtyard, which I did not get a chance to explore because I forgot that there was a scripted monster event. But let's just take a quick trot over to the save couch. Sit down, Yorda. I like that I can use your name now. No longer the crane, the main gate. So, come here. We need to go back to the courtyard. I would say this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1/5 of the way through the game. Yeah, that sounds about right, especially looking at the timestamp. Let's keep going. So here we are in the main courtyard, sans monsters. So there's several things about this. We will be visiting this place numerous times. It's more or less symmetrical. There's many layers to it. Let's see, on this side there's a weird bit of graveyard here. There's also some open windows. We'll have to do something about that eventually. Very open area over there. It's a rather pleasant place, I must say. Nice chirping birds. Can we go under here? Doesn't look like it. Maybe? Nope, okay. I know, Yorda. I'm yanking you all over this place. So over here, how about this? More graves. Not much over on this side. Funnily enough, though, we will want to be on this side, just up 1 level. So up through here. Come on, girl. If you haven't noticed, I like to keep her hand held in combat. That's another reason why holding her hand is a big deal to me. Because it just means I'm that much closer to her. So it's, well, harder to lose track of her. Anyway, I'm going to let go of her hand here for a moment. So aside from those open windows, other things of interest are these bombs. And considering we just lit some torches... Excuse me, girl. There is what looks like a boarded up way to go here. Now I could just have held that bomb up to this, but I prefer not chancing blowing myself up, which I think you can actually die from. And I'll just kind of wave my stick around in its general direction and hope it actually catches fire like it's, there we go, supposed to. Stand back a moment. So there you go, another mechanic. Blowing up random bits of wood. Kind of like we did with that support beam. So here we go, entering the second phase of this game, or at least I consider it the second phase. So we can safely come down here. If I go down that staircase, I will spawn more monsters. I don't want to do that just yet. Whoop, no, sit down. I want to stop here for today. Why? Because as I said, this is approximately 1/5 of the way through the game, or at least through the first phase of it. Resume. So, even though I said to, continue and not end game, I'm not sure if I'm going to break this up into 2 or 3 smaller pieces or just keep these in hour and a half long chunks. You'll know, I don't yet. But at any rate, thank you for watching. I'm definitely going to continue this game. I've been looking forward to recording this all week. Finally got a chance to. And, yeah. I hope you enjoy, or have enjoyed the part of this game you've seen, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. So, until next time.